20, so
Okay.
this one counts for 15 seconds.
This one counts?
Yep.
Okay. Go.
So I'm here to talk about the economics of cloud, or why Amazon is doomed. Maybe. They may not be doomed, but they might be. They've been running 20 years and there's some issues, so as we'll see in just a moment. So in order to actually talk to you about this, we're going to have to do a little bit of going back to school. Now, I promise that it won't be too hard. There won't be a lot of math. There will be a test. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about microeconomics. So I have an MBA, so sorry, I mostly work with technology, but it's important to understand some of these things so you can figure out what the companies are actually doing. So this is a demand, I forget what it's called, a demand curve. So basically, if you have a high price for something, you don't sell very much, and if you have a low price for something, you sell a lot. Kind of obvious, yeah? This is sort of what happens when you're selling something with very high price, low price, low margin. You can make plenty of money, but if you have a high price, you don't sell very many things. You have to have a big margin to make that happen, like Apple. Apple has really high margins. They don't need to sell as much stuff, but they sell a lot of things, so they make loads of money. They have huge amounts of cash. Whereas other businesses, like Amazon, have very low margins. They have to sell a lot of stuff to make that happen. So this is, I think when the next slide comes up, we should see some stuff. Maybe? Anyway? Oh, he's doing on the rules.
Slavish.
Woo.
There are the rules. I'm like Tom Brady.
So this is what you want, right? You want to be making loads and loads of money. And there's two ways to do it. So one way is to sell lots and lots and lots of stuff with low margins, and you have to sell a lot of stuff. And the other way is to sell not so many things, but at really high margins. So Ferraris or sand. Those are basically your two choices. And on the chart that we showed, on the thing we showed before, showed you that being in the middle doesn't work. So this is some basic statistics that I pulled off from SEC filings from all of these companies as of right now. And as you can see, Microsoft had loads of cash, great operating margins. That's Amazon, right there. 13 billion in cash, so less than Facebook, slightly more than IBM. Nearly 0% margin, and that includes AWS. Those are the numbers that they published just a little bit ago. Now, I read through their 10Q, which is their quarterly filing, and it had lots of numbers, and people went, hey, they've got 16% margin, 17% margin in AWS. Yeah, this was me. So this is what most people would have in a data center. Yep. This is the problem that they're trying to solve, they reckon. We can solve this data center problem for you, and we can just go and build this out, and you can have a wonderful shiny thing over here in Amazon, and we'll take it away for you. So some other people are trying to do the same thing, such as IBM, are having a good go at it. There are other companies that are trying to do this as well, as we'll see in a minute. Google has a lovely old time. So really, really big, awesome animal. This is a capybara, very cool. But a capybara, at the end of the day, it's a rodent. So they like to spy on you and find out where you do stuff so that they can sell you ads. Google's an advertising company. Then you have other companies, such as, I forget which one this is. Maybe that was IBM as well. Geico. Oh, it might be Facebook or Yahoo. So these companies are trying to sell ads to you, or they're trying to do something else. And this is the way that they do stuff. These are all out of order. What the hell happened? Oh, okay. So what would you say if I told you that the margins that Amazon allegedly has are not actually that great, right? And that Amazon might be doomed? Well, you might say that. Do I have any idea what I'm talking about? So we need to, hopefully we'll be able to get to the slides that we do. The thing with Amazon is that the only part of their business that is actually making lots of money is AWS. But that's really expensive. And trying to figure out what they're doing is a lot like this. And if you believe anything that Jeff Bezos says in public, then, well, no. He's not going to tell you what's going on. He said Steve Jobs was an idiot for pricing the iPhone too high because he would be making too much money. It's like, yeah, how about no? So, of course you want to make lots of money, because if you look at the other competitors, they all have loads of cash that they can use to fund building and innovating and spending $2 billion a quarter to build out new data centers, and they can keep doing it for a long, long time. You know, IBM, maybe not quite so long. And you need a lot of cash to put that in, because if you're running at 0% margin and you're not making any money on the stuff that you're doing normally, you can't keep investing in AWS, and eventually the other guys are going to catch you up. So Microsoft, I reckon, is more like these guys. They're sitting pretty. This is a quokka. So happiest animal on the planet. Azure is catching Amazon so fast, and they have loads of cash to spend on it. If Amazon doesn't find a way to make money on the main bit of business it's doing, they aren't going to be these guys.
Boom.
That's it.
All right.
And for more details, I recommend going to Justin's blog and actually reading the blog post he wrote where he dove into Amazon's financials and debunked a lot of the things that people have been saying. It was really, really good.